Hey guys, well, I thought I'd show you how to do a front caster rod bush for a VZ Commodore. I don't know if there's any other videos out there, I'm pretty sure there are, but I'll just show you how easy it is on top of here, which is like this side here, which I haven't done yet. It is a 24mm, and then you got the little ones around the sides. There's 4 of them, and they're 13mm. So you pretty much just undo that, 4 bolts, big bolt the front, and then I'll have to put the camera down actually. You sort of got to wiggle it around, turn it, spin it so it clears these hoses. Alright, so I sort of got it out, and then pull it out, done. Now you got to remember on this side, on the driver's side, there's a washer. You got to leave it in there. I'll just clean that up. I'll put some grease on there from before, but yeah, you got to leave that washer in there. The other side hasn't got it, just this side. So you got to put that back, and then you slide that back on there. It's pretty easy. These stock ones, you've got a lip, so that's pretty much the bottom. That's the back. The big section is the front. Slide it on. Put it through the bolts there. Nut it up, and the job is done. Now, realistically, when you do this, you're meant to get a wheel alignment because it'll put it out. But I haven't seen any difference, and my tyres aren't the best anyway. So, yeah. So that's it for that. What I'm going to do next after this is I'm going to change. I've already changed this smaller belt with the tension. I've already done that. But the bigger belt, I've got the wrong one, so I finally got the right one. And I'll be putting, I'll show you how to do that, which is pretty easy. And that's pretty much about it, I think, for the moment. I was going to do the sway bars. I might rip out the sway bar bushes as well. Super Pro say to grease these sway bar bushes in, and I don't know, the sway bar is moving side to side way too much. So I was thinking of ripping them out, cleaning them up, good clean, no grease, chuck them back in and see how they go. So that's the plan. So we'll see how we go. So what I do is inside here I just put a bit of grease, because that's where steel to steel goes. Just sort of help a little bit. Bit of grease on either end of this washer. Again, steel to steel. And that's it. And then I'll probably put some Loctite on the little nuts, and that big ass nut at the front, which is from the rod. And yeah, I'll see if I can. Anyway, this is what I do. I normally just get a brush, like that, put a little bit on the brush, get in there, swirl it around, do the other side. Put a little bit on the edge here. This is just normal grease pretty much. It's for discs, drum brakes, wheel bearings, whatever, suspension. This is suspension, I guess, so should be good. Alright. Down the front again. There we go. Alright. I'll just put a little bit on this washer as well. Now you probably have to clean the rod up, because once you slide this on, all the grease will come out. So I'll clean it up, and then I'll put some Loctite on there. Alright. Normally I use a GoPro for this, and it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier to handle. I'm using my phone at the moment, it doesn't seem too easy. Alright. So I'll put the flat on there. Slide that on there. It goes in there somewhere. Yep. And then this one here. Again, I might need two hands. Because there is movement in there, so it does give you a bit of play to slide it on. So, but it is easy with two hands. Yeah, so two hands a lot easier. And it should line up with the bolt holes. Oh, the other ones went in easier. This one's not so easy. I'll just tighten these up, and hopefully it'll start bringing these out. Because the other two that I had, the stock ones that I put in and out, never did this, and the Super Pro never did this. So maybe these are tighter, better. We'll see. Loctite on the nuts. Alright. Finally got there. Alright, not sure what happened. I'm not sure if you could see anything with the video camera, but this bush seems like it, because it's new, I guess, it's a tighter fit. So I started these two at the bottom up, so these will pull through. Obviously you got to watch out that you don't flatten the threads on these when you pull it through. But I pulled it through a little bit, and then got the screwdriver into the hole next to it and just bashed it in, and that pushed it out, or pushed it in a little bit, and that helped. And yeah, it seemed to be okay. So now I'll just clean this up and put some Loctite on this. Might get some brake cleaner just to get rid of all that grease off that. I know this is an eye-lock nut, but it's been on and off a few times, so I might get a new one at some stage. But that's why I put a bit of Loctite on there. And these tighten up pretty much to a stop. Like you pull them up to a certain point, they won't go any tighter. So I don't know what the torque spec is, but yeah, these you can only tighten them so much, and then it doesn't do it anymore. So that's it for that one. See what the other one's like. On the passenger side now, I gave it a quick fit just then, and this one slid right in. No issues. So I don't know, the other bush was a little bit fatter maybe. So the other side you had some hoses, and here you have some more hoses to worry about. So here, bang, that easy. So that's how easy it's meant to be. Alright, so while I'm down here, I thought I'd show you what I've changed, because I pretty much changed everything. I changed the spring, I changed the strut, I changed these links, I've changed, instead of changing individual bushes, there's a bush there on the lower control arm, and then there's a ball joint there. What I did was I just bought the whole rod, then you don't have to press them in. Now this is I'm hoping these last alright, but by the way, you're looking upside down. But when I went to Repco or Burson's for these rods, for one, they wanted the changeover unit, which means that I had to take mine off, take it in and swap it. And for two, one wanted over $250 for this rod, and the other one wanted over $300. So I quickly went on eBay, found this rod, and brand new, it was I think it was $88, free postage. You can't go wrong. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I just wanted to work out what the noises might have come from. The creaking, I reckon, could have been the ball joint. The knocking, I think this is alright. I think it was mainly this front one. I don't think it was mainly this Castor rod bush that was doing everything. But while I was there, I thought I'd do the other two. I changed the steering rod ends as well, tie rod ends. And I changed the inner ends as well, and these goes into the rack. So under this boot you can undo it with a big shifter or big spanner. You unwind this section here. So yeah, I was chasing noises left, right and centre on this thing, and yeah, so hopefully this is the end of it. I've still got to do, like I said before, the sway bar mounts, but I don't think I'll do it today, it's too hot. I'm sweating out here, so I might just do the belt. And I thought it was the lower belt that I had to change, but I've already changed the lower belt. This belt here, no, the one on the inside, it's pretty easy. There's a tensioner there, same as the top. You just bring it down with a shifter down here, get your belt ready to go, pull it down, and get your other hand and slide the belt on, and you're done. I'm getting a squeal between first and second at high revs, so I'm hoping this new belt does a trick. If it doesn't, I was told you gotta like get like what do you call, like not sandpaper, but like you got to rough up the edges on this, like a scouring pad maybe. Rough the edges up here, rough the edges up of the belt and all the pulleys, give them a good clean. But I'm hoping just changing the belt does that. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll change this belt. I've done the other belt already, so I'll just change this bigger one, the main drive belt on it, which is pretty easy. Alright, so onto the belt. So this is actually the second time I've got a belt for this thing, because when I went to buy a belt online, which was the set, because there's one for the aircon and one for the main, for some reason it had a different part number. Like, I think the one that I've got now on the car, no sorry, what was it? Ah, that's right. The one I've got on the car is a 1970, but the one they gave me was a 1933, I think it was, which was for LS1. It makes no sense. I looked online, I researched the part numbers, yep, 1933, they did say check the part number on your belt. I didn't actually check, and I should have. So go off what's actually on your car. So yeah, so first thing I do before taking it off is just a quick drawing of it. Like, you can get this picture, you can get the proper picture out of your user manual, but I just couldn't be bothered going inside and getting it. So I just did a rough picture. That's what I did last time, and it worked. So all you need to do is work out what that size bolt is. I think it's 15. We'll see if it's a 15. Yeah, 15 mil. And just get a. You can use a spanner if you want, but I'd rather use a ratchet. Chuck it on. Now I know there's probably millions of videos of this on the internet, but it's my channel, so I'll add it to mine. So all you do is push, and as you can see, as you push, it relieves the tension, and then again one-handed, there you go, you take it off. Done. And then you put the other one back on. So it's pretty much that simple. You follow your picture, or you follow your user manual, and hopefully squeals, slippage, noises, whatever, they're gone. Now, if you still get noises once you replace it, I'm thinking if mine's still slipping, next thing I want to do is change this tensioner. I'll clean up all the grooves, but I think that it could be the tensioner. And if it's not the tensioner, then I'll get the scouring pad and do that and clean up all the grooves and all that. But if you have a different problem, you still have noises, you know, the bearings in these pulleys might be gone, or the one down there, or you'll have to go and sort of see where the noise is mostly coming from. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, too hot to do the sway bar bushes. That'll probably be another video. Again, might be boring to some, but I'll just do it, put it on. I'm just going to share with you my experiences with this car. So far, it's been good. It's frustrating that you change so many parts and you don't actually get to the problem. But I'm at the end of it now. So, and I guess the bonus of it all is that I should be good for a few years because I've changed all these bits. So yeah. So what I've decided to do as well while I'm here with that Welsh plug leak is possibly just leave it for now because it's not really that bad. 35-degree heat, an hour's drive, and it's not really going through that much water at all. So I'll just have to keep an eye on the water once a week or something, every second week. But I was thinking, because these motors, these LS1s, are prone for lifter noise, and I think mine's got a slight. I'll actually turn it on and see if you can hear it. I think you can hear it from underneath more than you can from above. Maybe it's only when it's hot. It doesn't seem that bad now. Yeah. But at some stage what I'll do is I'll probably change the lifters. If the lifters go beforehand, I'll do the lifters. And if that leak gets any worse, I guess I don't know, because my point here was, while doing the lifters, I might as well do the Welsh plugs, because that's where they are, right on the ends of the heads. So I was thinking, while the heads are out, do the Welsh plugs. I don't think the Welsh plugs are rusted out. It was either wasn't fitted properly, or this motor at one stage, I do feel that this motor did overheat at one stage. Sort of seems a bit water stained, dirty water stained everywhere. And I reckon it might have put a bit of pressure on it, pushed it out a bit. But the car, the engine's running right. Who knows, head gasket might have been done on this. Or head gaskets, you know. So, like I said, do I wait and do the lifters, put new lifters in there, new Welsh plugs, or do I do the Welsh plugs on their own? I don't really want to do it because it's like a $5 part. I know that $5 part can cause some major issues, but keep an eye on it. If it happens to let go at some stage, I'll just go through the heads. And the reason why I didn't want to go through the heads is because of new seals and gaskets and all that. But worst case scenario, I'll just rip the head out, do the Welsh plug, put it back on. You know, you can do it with the engine out, you can do it with the auto out. It just seems like so much work for such a little part. So, but we'll see what happens. It's all about time and money, I guess. But we'll see. Alright, well, I'll leave it at that for the moment. And I guess we'll catch you next time. See yous.